Hey guys, it's Jack Punkington. I know I really haven't used my webcam in like forever, but I'm literally about to go to bed and I wanted to make a video before I go to bed. I'll probably post it tomorrow before I go to work, but I wanted it to get done. It's kind of a rant video. It's a talking vlog video about equipment. So there's this Craigslist ad that I had found, and it was advertising an amp out of a guitar shop in a town that's about an hour and a half away from me. The price was very affordable, and when it's around that area, you're always like, what's wrong with it? What's going on with this deal? Kind of a thing, where it's like too good to be true. And I'm like, well, I'll take interest, I'll be careful. There are steps to being careful. First off, always try everything out before you buy anything. Second off, if you're meeting with someone, always have either meet in a public place or have someone with you, or both. I generally try to do both. In the worst case scenario, I'm meeting at a public place that's not too far, and a lot of times lately I've been meeting with people I already know, so I know it's gonna be okay. But still, it's nice to have a public area. Second, uh, by the picture, there was one picture of this item, and I'll tell you what the item is. It's a Marshall MG head, and it was on there for $45. Instantly, red alarms going off. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? It's gotta be it's gotta be broken. It's gotta be smashed. It can't work. But it says it's in working condition. That you can test out in the store if you'd like. And when you fill out an ad on Craigslist, you can put in like the condition, and it ranges from new to, I think it's a poor or broken, and it goes new, like new, excellent. And it was on excellent. So I was like, okay, it's not perfect, but it's still in pretty good shape. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just some paint, because it looked like someone had painted it. Alright, whatever. So I get a hold of them, and I email them, and I said, okay, first thing, what's wrong with it? Second thing, would you be able to ship it to me? Third thing, please let me know. And they get a hold of me, and they said, yes, it works. It's got some paint issues that someone had painted, and the volume knob's a little fuzzy, which is an easy fix. You take the knob off, you spray some WD-40 in there, you put the knob back, it's fine. If it gets worse, then you gotta replace the pots, but that's a little down the road. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. A lot of my amps, at least one of my amps, I do know for a fact does that, so I'm okay with that. And they emailed me back telling me that they can ship it and that it'll cost an extra $23. And I was okay with that. I was like, that's 23 bucks. It's not a problem. So I gave them a call. And I was going to set up the order. And I call, and then they tell me it's broken. And I'm like, okay, what's changed from the time that, nothing, it's just broken. So you have on your Craigslist ad that it's working, but when I inquire, and you've already confirmed to me that it is working in email, but now that I'm calling, you're telling me it's broken. Did it break? He said no. I was like, okay, well, let me think about it. So I think about it, and I had set a price range for myself on whatever the next piece of gear is. I'm getting a different guitar, and that's what I'm going to do now instead of this. And I was very whatever about it. I was like, let's just wait and think. And I thought about it for a day. I was like, let's see if they can fix it. So I gave them a call, and everyone was busy except for someone who was working in like the marketing department or whatever, whoever does the Craigslist ads themselves. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So I called and they said, okay, so I was told that this is broken. Could you fix it for me? And how much would it cost? I don't mind paying for it to get fixed, because potentially, paying the base price of 45 plus the shipping was, I think, 25. So that's right then and there, about $70. And then fixing is, if say fixing will only cost me about maybe $30 more, that's still under what they go for used, which is 150 at the cheapest to 200 at the most expensive. So I was like, you know what? That's still a pretty good savings. All right, let's still get it. And I was all amped up and stuff. And then I get an email the next day after I was told that they could fix it, and after we figured out a price and everything. And the email reads as, "Hi Jack, let me know if you're still interested, but I'm sorry, we cannot fix it. I don't know who told you that, and I'm sorry that they had told you that, but we cannot fix it." So not only do you not know how to run a well communicated business, you don't know how to keep your employees in line. Like, I understand that, you got to make things look glamorous when you sell them. But flat out lying to your customer at first, even if you do come clean before they buy it, which was nice, is still lying to your customer and saying it works. If I had wasted the gas to drive there and been like, well, I was told it worked, I would have been furious because I would have wasted probably about $20 to $30 just in gas to go try it. So that's why I was glad that I'd wait and stuff to find out. But if I had made that drive just to test it, I would have been furious and would have probably, I wouldn't have said anything. I don't know. I'd probably say, like, what are you guys going to do about this? Because I was lied to and I wasted money and time to come test this. What are you going to do? But because, I took the steps that make sure, think about it, and do your fact checking, I saved myself some money. So always be aware if something's too good to be true. I don't want to say it always is, but a lot of the times it is. There are really good deals out there, though, where sometimes you never know what you're going to get. And it made me upset because it was such a good deal to think of at first, and it just kept getting bad, and worse. And the fact the person who either runs the company or whoever is like the head manager doesn't know how to properly relay information to their employees or to conduct their employees in such a way that they are professional in the way that they inform the correct information seemed pretty bad. Now, technically, it is not false advertising because I don't believe, while yes, it was advertised to be working, they did tell me that it was not working before I had bought it. If I had bought it and it had not been working, that would have been false advertising. So it was not technically false advertising. However, it was still very disconcerting. And it's never a good way to run a business that way. If they just came forward from the beginning and said, listen, we don't know how to fix it and it's broken, that's why we're selling it for that much, I would have been like, okay, well, it sucks, but I really appreciate you telling me that. But no, they jerked me around for a while and said, yeah, it works. No, it doesn't. Yeah, we can fix it. No, we can't. So, anyway, guys, just thought I'd tell you that little story, tell you what's been going on. This is Jack Punkington signing out. Peace.